evening, folks. This is Connie speaking from CCAA Shop in Nova Iguaçu. We are here for one more talk show. Our great activity of conversation, bringing students some new ideas. And we want to start thanking these special guests we always bring here. They give some of their time to us, and they come here to share a bit of their experience and bring to you ideas of using your English, going ahead in life, opening horizons to you, right? And I also want to thank the students here who are always participating. CCAA has a great pleasure to bring people and bring news to you about how to use English, okay? Today we have Ingrid Alonso, right? I won't tell you much, but I can say Ingrid is literally a teacher, because we say this in CCAA. We fall in love with the language, with the course, and we end up teaching, even if it hasn't been our goal. But we also have people who pursue the goal of being a teacher and goes to university, study languages. She studied Lit and English, and she's got a great story to share with you, right? So help me welcome Ingrid Alonso.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, Ingrid. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. And you?
Great. Thank you very much for being with us. I know this is not the best day for you during the week. You said Friday. Today's Wednesday.
No problem.
So
it's a pleasure to
thank
be
you very
here.
much. We always have great professionals, so they never mind coming and adding to us. Well, Ingrid, we've talked a little, right? But
That's
these
true.
guys don't know much about you. You started your English story at some course named?
Oh, CCAA, of course.
Right.
Yeah, I was a
right.
student at CCAA a long time ago. Yeah, I just had classes at school, and then it was my first English teacher at school. She gave me classes, and I said, oh, English, I want English. And I went home and, Daddy, I want to study. There is a CCA, I want to go there. I want to study English. And my father said, okay, so calm down. We're going to think about it. So the same week, my daddy went to CCA. And I enrolled there and started studying, and it was really nice.
But what you wanted originally was to speak English. You didn't think of being a teacher, right?
No, I didn't think about being a teacher.
And
I've
how
never
did
thought
it
about
come
that.
to you?
Well, we start studying, and we get, I think when we have teachers that inspire us, we fall in love with that. I said, I want to be a teacher, and I started teaching before I finished the course at CCAA. I started helping out the teachers and the students, and then I became a teacher, but I just took the teacher's course
That
at
time.
CCAA, later.
You started as an assistant?
Yeah.
In the past, we had a position that was teacher's assistant. And then if a teacher was absent, if a student was absent, this teacher would help with lessons and replace the teacher. You started like that?
Yes.
But only later took the TC?
Yeah, later. And before before taking TC, I was already a teacher, because in Paracambi they needed teachers, but teachers didn't have the background to
I
start.
understand.
Yeah.
You were a teacher there then?
Yeah.
You were from Paracambi?
Yes, I am from Paracambi. I'm still from Paracambi.
Oh, nice. You still live there?
Yeah, I live there.
Okay. Then afterwards you taught for 15 years at CCAA.
Yeah. 15 years registered as a teacher, really.
But you had some experience
Yes,
before.
about 2-3 years. before I was working.
So you started just wanting to speak English, and then you decided to, you became a teacher at CCAA, just like I introduced here. But then you decided to become a teacher, going to college, and
Yeah. Yeah, that was what happened. But I had, well, I went to college, but I didn't study Portuguese literature at that time. I have a degree in PE.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do you know PE, guys? Yes, physical education.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
You have this graduate. You never worked with this.
Well, I tried to work, but I was already teaching English, and it was kind of no, it's not for me. I finished. I was teaching English, and I said no. I have to study English. I don't want to be a PE teacher. I have to be an English teacher.
Yeah,
That's
sometimes
what's
people
for
go
me.
to other fields and then come back to
Yeah.
CCAA to
And
graduate.
then it took about 2 years after I graduated I studied at Rural. So after I graduated, I decided, no, I have to study English, I have to improve, I have to go to college again. And then I went to college, I graduated, and it has, well, I graduated about 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
But there is something, you've got a list of exams you've taken.
Yeah.
These proficiencies.
Yeah,
right?
and I'm going to take another one next year. These, I've taken some. Yeah.
How many have you got?
Well, TOEFL, but a long time ago. I was teaching at CCAA at that time, and we were supposed to have that. So they asked us to take the test. I took it, but I haven't taken it again because it lasts for just 2 years. Yeah, I don't know if it has changed because I haven't
No,
taken it.
it's still
yeah.
the same.
Yeah, and then I took the TKT. It's for teachers, and I took the TKT2 and TKT3. It's for teaching. It's like methodology, and it's a Cambridge exam. And you see methodology, things you do around the classroom, how to manage students, to manage class, and it was really nice. I've taken literature and also literature in English. Yeah, and it was last year. Yeah, I finished, and now I'm preparing for the CAE.
Which is a
Yes,
little harder,
yeah.
so you can take the
I
other
was
one.
I was going to take it at the end of this year, but I was so snowed under with stuff, and I said no. I think next year it's better at the beginning of the year because I will have more time. It will be better, and it's a cool exam. I've been studying for about 2 months. For taking that.
Do you prepare by yourself?
No, I have a prep course.
Right.
Yeah.
You also teach at school?
Yes, I teach at a public school in Paracambi. I've been a teacher there for about 10 years.
But one thing that is very interesting about what we've talked is the number of places in the world you've been to.
Oh, yes.
And our students do like to talk about trips, traveling, etc. So you've been to so many places. You've been to the United States,
Yes.
New York, and
Washington.
Washington. You've been to Australia,
Australia,
Ireland,
New Zealand, England. Yeah.
England,
Scotland, Northern Ireland.
yeah. So I could say you travel on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Right. And you said you've learned a lot over your trips. And I was curious about that. Could you share with us something you've learned that you think is unforgettable, that you think would interest our students to know something you learn.
Yeah.
I learn a lot when I travel. Were you talking about in English? About tell us a little about it.
Well, about English, I have something interesting about New Zealand to say. Yeah, there they have native people, the Maoris. Yeah, and I had the chance to talk to them. They are like Brazilians. They like talking. They like having parties, and they were really nice to make friends with. And then, well, before going to any place we have to go, when we decide to go traveling, because I always go with my husband. Yeah, we are kind of backpackers.
Great.
Yeah, that's it. Well, before we go, we generally search for things. Yeah, not to be embarrassed, of course. It's nice to do that when you travel, to know a little bit about culture before going. Yeah, because some gestures and can be offensive. Yeah, some places.
Have you ever had any
Um,
ticklish situation involving this?
About this, no. Yeah, but these people there, the Maoris, they are really nice.
What are they?
Maoris.
The natives from there.
Yes, from there. And well, I had a kind of tour. It was in the Glowworm. It's a kind of cave at Glowworms. There are some kinds of worms that they are on the top of the
cave.
Yeah. And when you enter, it's dark, and they shine, and it's kind of blue. And you enter there with a guide. This guy was my guide, and he talked about the things, showed us. You enter there on a boat. Yeah, because it's a kind of there is a kind of lake there. So you enter there in this cave, and it's really shiny, and those worms.
They move, of course.
No, they are there. They are kind of
stuck.
They're
on the
stuck
ceiling?
there on the ceiling. Yes, and you can't. It's not yuck or
No?
disgusting. No, because it's so beautiful. You can't see the worms. You just see the light. That blue light, beautiful blue light. And this guy was our tour guide. And he took us there, and then, okay, we went back to the hotel, and at night we decided to go to a bar, and he was there. The same guy. I think his name was Danny, something like this, Danny. I think it was Danny. And he talked to us, and we became kind of friends. I regret not having gotten his
number, his contact,
his email.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
I've tried to find him, but it was not possible. And this guy, he was amazing.
Helped you a lot, seeing things around.
He talked about the culture, and that there are people from the land, and this value. And he said, some people come here from other countries, and they are stuck up, they're really snobbish. And you were here, you talked to us, you approached, and then he introduced his family, his friends that were there, and we talked.
He was a native.
Yeah.
So you were saying it was a surprise for both of you.
Yeah.
You as a visitor, and him who was always receiving people, and was surprised by this match.
Yeah,
Yes,
because he said you were like us. You were not
Outgoing
snobbish. You were
and,
outgoing. You were people from land like us.
People from land, Brazilians.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Was it the best place that
I've ever been?
or at least most interesting?
It was one of the most interesting places, because I had this experience with him. He taught us about the culture, a bit about culture, and about how people, how they they are nice to people, but other people don't know sometimes because they are aloof, like other kinds of foreigners that go there, you know. And it was really nice. He paid me beer.
Much better.
Yeah, it was not the best place, but it was a very cultural place to be because I learned things with him and with other people. I've been to Australia. It was I think one of the best places. I think Australia was the best. But about the experiences and the places I've been, culturally, I've learned things, but not from the natives. Because there they have the Aborigine, and the Aborigine, they are very aloof. They don't like talking to people, so like the Maoris. And in New Zealand, I had the experience to go to, how can I say? It's a kind of village, and it's, I think, in a place called Rotorua. I don't know exactly the pronunciation. I think it's Rotorua, something like this.
Yeah, because it's a different way.
Yeah. And there, we stayed in a place with the Maoris, and they taught us the haka. Yes, everybody loves the haka.
What is it?
It's a dance they have, that the Maoris have, and they show it every time they play. Yeah, when they have games around the world, you see the haka.
Yes. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Well, Ingrid,
it's great.
Let me tell you, I'm very happy that all these experiences that you could have started at CCAA, because somehow CCAA brought English to your life.
That's
and
true.
It gave you all this possibility. Of course, you made things happen, but I'm happy that it all started here, and I'm happy that you can be here with us today.
Yes, it's a
to bring to students a bit of everything you've done. I will, if you don't mind, I will open for us to interact with the students a little.
Oh, great.
Because they will probably have questions about all of these trips you've had, and also about the exams, about your professional life. I don't know. Our students ask many more interesting questions than I do, okay? So let's have them, because they are our best. Okay, guys?
Hi. I'd like to ask you about the proficient test you said you took, the test. How much of a difference you think it made on your career?
Well, it helped me a lot because I'm a teacher, and it helps dealing with students in the classroom, with situations, different kinds of approach, methodology to this TKT, I said. And also the TOEFL. Now, are you still having TOEFL? When people graduate? Yeah, great. That's great. TOEFL was a great experience. I don't know if you have taken it.
Yes.
Oh, great. So you know about it. Yeah. And the CAE is a proficiency exam for advanced learners, and I think this is important to keep studying and knowing things. And also a Cambridge degree or a Cambridge proficiency test is very valuable. It's really, how can I say, when you want to study in another country, also, especially in England, this opens doors for you. And I think if you want to be a teacher or even improve your English, you must take as many exams you can. You should take, and we have other exams around, but especially for master's degrees. I think some universities, they accept for master's, I think, doctor's program. If you have kinds of proficiency exams, you don't need to take the English exam exactly. You don't need to take the exam to to start studying. You just show your proficiency, and that's it.
Okay,
I think
thank
this
you
is
very
really
much.
important.
You said you've gone to a lot of places.
Yes.
And it was difficult to understand, like, their English. Did they have a strong accent or something?
Well, people from Scotland, and they have a very strong accent. You have to say, could you repeat that, please? Slow down. And they try to help you, but you know, you have sometimes to listen very carefully to what they're saying, because some words, some expressions, they are tricky, and you say, what do you mean? But people were really nice. I was in Edinburgh there. It was amazing. It was an amazing place. I spent the New Year's Eve there. Yeah, at the castle. They have a castle there, and there are fireworks. Yeah, and it was really nice to be there, but English is kind of tough, but not impossible to understand. I think, well, the only place I had trouble with English was Brussels, because people there don't speak English very much, you know. But in other countries, I had no trouble. It was nice. Of course, there are some vocabularies that are different, but I think it's okay.
You said you took the Cambridge exam, right?
Yes.
So, what were the differences between the Cambridge exam and the TOEFL?
Well, about these, the TOEFL is about knowledge of English, yes, language and all of this, but the tests I've taken there, they were for teachers. The TKT, as I said, there is, TKT1 is language, but it was not necessary for me to take it, as I was a teacher for a long time. They just asked me to take the other ones that are about methodology, classroom management. The CAE I'm going to take, that's about you have a writing exam, you have a composition, you have reading and writing, listening, and it's a little bit different, you know. Some Cambridge exams, how can I say, the listening part, they repeat. You have 2 chances to listen to what they were talking, they said. The TOEFL exam, you just listen to that once. And in TOEFL, you need to move according to the orders. Yeah, you go to the second section. First section, you have some minutes. You can't go back when you are in section 2. If you have free time, you can't go back. You have to keep following the instructions, or you can, you are going to be, how can I say, they will take the test from you, and you won't finish if you follow the rules. Yeah, you can get a 0, you not be classified or get a grade for that. Cambridge is a little bit different. You just have the time to take the test, right? And you have there this part for listening. You have the part with vocabulary, with grammar and stuff like that to test you. How good your English is, but it's different. I took the ITP. The ITP TOEFL had no composition to do, and the CAE that I'm gonna take has it, and it's you just have a time for that, and you have also an oral exam. So you go there and you interact. It's not an individual exam. You take it with another person, and you talk, interact according to what they ask you to do. Generally, they show you pictures, and you have to interact and talk about those pictures. Sometimes we take turns, and you also have to talk for some specific minutes, and you have to talk about everything they asked in those minutes. And that's a little bit different.
Um, you said you also went to Northern Ireland. You went to Ireland too?
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, Northern Ireland and Ireland has some conflicts. And did you see something when you went there, like some division or something of this conflict?
Well, I saw nothing special about that. There was no conflict when I went there. I couldn't see that around, but I know there is this problem, but I couldn't see anything. As a tourist there,
Hello. You have been to England, right?
yes, I have.
Tell us a little bit about it, the places you've been there, and if you liked it. I'm curious.
Well, I've been to England, I've been to London. Yes, it's a very beautiful city. You have many things to do there. You have the London Eye, you can see the Big Ben, and you can also see the soldiers there. Yeah, it's interesting, very beautiful. I've been to, the rocks. The rocks. What do we call the rocks? Oh, the rocks there. Oh, I've forgotten the name. The name.
That's okay.
It was really beautiful and interesting to be there.
Stonehenge?
The Stonehenge, that's it. You know, this is the first time here. I'm a star, you know, and I got to really embarrassed about talking to the camera. But the Stonehenge was really beautiful, and I think you should all go there and visit. There are many stories about that place. People that say that it was kind of clock, a way to see the time, and also how can I say? People say that they found many stuff there, that people lived there, and it was moved. It was not only that way, the rocks were moved. And it's a beautiful green place, and it was sunny and nice, and you should go there.
Okay.
And another place, if you want to go near, is the Nessie place. Yes, I've been there. I haven't seen Nessie, yeah. But there is a castle there, and there is a trip you take, but I couldn't take the trip to the castle. But the place is nice. The way there are some mountains, beautiful mountains, and you get amazed, like, whoa.
Okay.
Well, before we finish, just tell me, what's your next destination?
Well, my next destination. In January, we're probably going to Ukraine. Yes, we're going to visit Ukraine. And we're also going to Croatia. Yeah, we're going to see some lakes, beautiful lakes there. And we're planning some other places yet. We're checking out, but it's really beautiful. It's another different place to go. I've been to different places. I've been to Athens in Greece. It was really different. Yeah, people speak English really well. That's an amazing place. Yeah, but now we're preparing, and we're probably going on the last 2 weeks of January. We're going to Croatia and to Ukraine. We're
were visiting places there, and that's like the place where there was the problem that exploded, and yeah, we're thinking about maybe taking a tour and.
Yeah, you probably have as a goal traveling all around the world, right?
Yeah.
And we have many to ask you, Ingrid, but we will have to have you here some other time. So you tell us about your coming trips and a little more, because I want to know if it can't be today, unfortunately, but if your husband speaks English, if you have children, if you plan on taking them, if you were going to if they are going to be backpackers as you are, well, but everything that is good lasts very little, and it is good to make you feel the desire of coming back and listening to more people. Ingrid, no words to thank you for being with us, sharing this experience with our students. Thank you very much. The CCAA is very happy to have people like you here, okay? Guys, my dear students, friends, colleagues, it's very nice having you here. Thank you very much. And you on the internet, tune in every time. We have our talk show once a month. We always do our best to bring special people to you, so you can get a bit of this wonderful world that English brings to you, okay? This is Connie speaking from CCAA Shop in Nova Iguaçu. See you next time. Bye-bye.